Hi students, welcome back. Today I am discussing certain problems related to equilibrium of concurrent forces. Equilibrium of concurrent forces means, what about concurrent force? The forces which are acting on a point are said to be concurrent forces, or the forces which are acting on a body are called as concurrent forces. And these forces are said to be in equilibrium when the net force acting on the body is equal to 0. Okay. If F1 and F2 are the two forces acting on this body, then the system is said to, or the point is said to be in equilibrium when F1 plus F2 is equal to, F1 plus F2 is equal to 0. Okay. If the net force acting on the body is equal to 0, then the system is said to be in equilibrium. In this case, we can say that F1 is equal to minus F2. Okay. These two forces are having same magnitude but opposite in direction. Okay. If three forces are acting on a point, then F1 plus F2 plus F3 is equal to 0 when the system is in set equilibrium. Okay, when the system, if three forces F1, F2 and F3 are acting at a point, then the point is said to be in equilibrium when the net force acting on that body is equal to 0. Then from here we can write F1 plus F2 is equal to minus F3. That is magnitude of F1 plus F2, that is equal to magnitude of F3. But what about the direction of F3, which is opposite to that of F1, F1 plus F2. Resultant of F1 plus F2. If three forces are acting at a point, okay, if three forces are acting at a point like this manner, F1, F2, F3. Okay. Just opposite to F1, this angle is equal to alpha. Just opposite to F2, the angle is taken as beta. F3 corresponds to the angle delta. Lame's theorem states that when the system is in equilibrium, then F1 divided by sine alpha equal to F2 divided by sine beta equal to F3 divided by sine delta. Okay, this is the Lame's theorem. Now we can go through certain problems related to the equilibrium of concurrent forces. Okay, our first question. A 1 kg mass is suspended by a light inextensible string. Okay. A 1 kg mass which is suspended by means of a light inextensible string. Okay. M is the mass. M is equal to 1 kg. The horizontal force that is required to displace this body so that the string makes an angle 60 degree with the vertical is. Okay. We want to find out the horizontal force that is required to displace the body through an angle 60 degree with the vertical. Okay. This angle is equal to 60 degree. We want to find out this force applied. For this, we know that the weight of the body which is acting vertically downward, that's equal to mg. Mg is the force which is acting vertically downward. And the tension acting on the string T, which is at an angle 60 degree with the vertical, then tension can be resolved into two components, that is two perpendicular components. Okay. If this angle is equal to 60, this angle is also equal to 60 degree. Then which component is here? Here it's equal to T cos 60 and here it's equal to T sin 60. Okay. Now we can write the balanced equation. T cos 60 is balanced by the weight of the body. Okay. T cos 60. T cos 60 is balanced by the weight of the body mg. From that T is equal to mg divided by cos 60. Mg divided by cos 60. Okay. Then T sine 60 is balanced by force F. Okay. Then T is equal to mg divided by cos 60. mg divided by cos 60 into sine 60 equal to force F. From here we can write F is equal to mg tan 60. Okay. Here sine 60 by cos 60 is equal to tan 60. Now substituting the values, m is equal to 1 kg, acceleration due to gravity is equal to 10, tan 60 is equal to root 3. We got the answer as 10 root 3 Newton. Okay, 10 root 3 Newton is the horizontal force which is required to displace the mass m through an angle 60 degree. Okay. Second question. Consider a mass m hung from 2 points P and Q. Okay. A body of mass m hung from 2 points P. One point is P, another point is Q. Okay, hang from 2 points P and Q by making an angle 30 degree and 45 degree. Just like this manner. If T1 and T2 be the tension in the strings. Okay. T1 and T2 be the tension in the strings. Then what about the then at equilibrium T1 by T2 is? We want to find out what about the ratio of T1 and T2 at equilibrium condition. Okay. If m is the mass of the body, weight of the body which is acting vertically downward. Okay. Due to the weight of the body of mass m, tensions acting on the strings are T1 and T2. Okay. Tension T can be resolved into, tension it's a force and it is in an inclined manner, so it can be resolved into 2 T1 cos theta, because if this angle is equal to 30 degree, this angle is also equal to 30 degree. Then T1 cos 30 is here. Okay, T1 cos 30. And here it's equal to T1 sin 30. Okay. Here T2 be the tension. T2 can be resolved into two components. T2 cos 45 is here because this angle is equal to 45. And here it's equal to T2 sin 45. Okay. Then on balancing, T1 cos 30 is balanced by T2 cos 45. Okay. T1 cos 30. T1 cos 30 is balanced by T2 cos 45. Okay. From here we can find out what about T1 by T2. T1 by T2 is equal to cos 45 divided by cos 30. Cos 45 is equal to 1 by root 2. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. So we can write 1 by root 2 into 2 by root 3. That's equal to root of 2 by 3. Okay. Root of 2 by 3 is the ratio of T1 and T2. T1 by T2 is equal to root of 2 by 3. This is the ratio of tensions at the equilibrium condition. Okay. Our third question. The value of tension T2 when the system is in equilibrium is. Okay. System is given here. A 5 kg mass is suspended. Then what about the weight of the body? Weight of the body m into g. If m is the mass, m into g is acting vertically downward. T1 is the tension which is acting horizontally. T2 is the tension which is acting at an angle 45 degree. Okay. Then T2 can be resolved into 2. That is If this angle is equal to 45, what about this? This angle is also equal to 45 degree. T2 cos 45 is here. And here it's equal to T2 sin 45. Okay. Then from this we can say that T2 cos 45 is balanced by the weight of the body mg. Then T2 cos 45 is balanced by weight of the body mg. T2 into cos 45 is equal to 1 by root 2 equal to mass m is equal to 5 into g is equal to 10. Then T2 is equal to 50 root 2. Okay, this is our answer. 50 root 2 Newton is the tension T2 which is acting on that string. Okay, if our question is to find out what about T1, from this we can say that T1 which is balanced by T2 sin 45. Okay, T1 is equal to T2 sin 45. We know that. What about T2? T2 is equal to 50 root 2. Okay. First of all, find out what about T2. T2 is equal to 50 root 2 into sin 45. Sin 45 is equal to 1 by root 2. Then root 2 get cancelled. Then it becomes equal to 50. Then T1 is equal to 50 Newton. Okay. T1 is equal to 50 Newton and T2 is equal to 50 root 2 Newton. Okay. Our fourth question. Three coplanar forces are acting on a body as in figure. To have the resultant force only along the y direction, the minimum magnitude of the additional force required is. Okay, we have three coplanar forces, 4 Newton and 2 Newton. This 4 Newton which is acting at an angle 30 degree with the y-axis and 2 Newton which is acting 60 degree with the x-axis. Okay, to have the resultant force only along the y direction. Okay, to have the resultant force only along the y direction, the minimum magnitude of additional force required is. That's our question. Okay, to find out that, what about the resultant of this 4 Newton and 4 Newton? Because they are acting along a straight line but it is in the opposite direction. Okay, this 4 Newton and 4 Newton get cancelled because they are acting along a straight line manner but it is in the opposite direction. Okay, here we know that this 2 Newton force which is at an angle 60 degree. So, this 2 Newton force which is at an angle 60 degree with the x-axis. So, this 2 Newton can be resolved into 2, that is 2 cos 60 is here and here it's equal to 2 sin 60. Okay. 2 into cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2, then it's equal to 1 Newton. 1 Newton is the force which is acting along the x-axis. But in our question, to have the resultant force only along the y direction, the minimum magnitude of additional force required is. Okay, here 1 Newton is the force which is acting along the x-axis. To cancel that, what about the force required along the negative x-axis? It's equal to 1 Newton. Okay, then only there will be a force in the y direction, that's equal to 2 into sin 60 is equal to root 3 by 2, that's equal to root 3. Root 3 Newton is the force which is acting in the y direction. Okay, this 1 Newton force which cancels the 1 Newton force which is acting along the positive x direction. Okay, therefore our answer is the minimum additional force required is 1 Newton. Okay, so as to make the resultant force only along the y direction. Okay, what about the force which is acting along the y direction? That's equal to root 3 Newton. But what about the additional force required? Additional force required is equal to 1 Newton. which is just opposite to that the 1 Newton force which is acting on the positive x-axis. Okay, therefore our answer is additional force is equal to 1 Newton. Okay, our next question. Three forces A, B, C acting at a point O as in figure, keep it in equilibrium. Okay, here A, B, C are the three forces acting at the point O such that the point O is in equilibrium. Okay, if A is equal to 40 kg, forces B and C are. Okay, we want to find out what about the forces B and C. Okay, A is equal to 40 kg, that is given. Then according to Lami's theorem, we can write A divided by, okay, A divided by sin alpha equal to B divided by sin beta equal to C divided by sin delta. Okay. What about A? A is equal to the force corresponding to 40 kg, that is 40 divided by sin alpha. Sin alpha, that is sin 150. Okay. Angle just opposite to A is 150. Therefore, A 40 divided by sin 50 equal to B. We don't know about that. B divided by sin beta. Okay. What about beta? The angle just opposite to B, that is 120, sin 120. Okay. From these two, we can calculate B is equal to, okay, B equal to 40 into sin 120. 40 into sin 120. Sin 120 can be written as 90 plus 30. Okay. Divided by sin 150. Sin 150. Sin 150 can be written as 90 plus 60. Okay. That's equal to 40 into sin 90 plus 30 is equal to cos 30. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2 divided by sin 90 plus 60 is equal to cos 60. Cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. Then it becomes equal to 40 root 3. Okay. 40 root 3 is the force which is acting on B. B is equal to 40 root 3. Okay, now we want to find out what about C. Okay, for this we can equate A by sin alpha is equal to C divided by sin delta. A by sin alpha is equal to C divided by sin delta. Okay, A equal to 40. 40 divided by sin 150 equal to C divided by sin delta. Okay. Here 150, this angle is equal to 120, then total is equal to 270. Then what about the remaining angle? This angle is equal to 90 degree. Okay. Sum of all these three angles is equal to 360. Then, okay, sin delta. Delta is equal to 90 degree. Then C is equal to 40 sin 90, 40 sin 90 divided by sin 150. Sin 150, that's equal to 90 plus 60. Equal to 40 sin 90 is equal to 1 divided by sin 90 plus 60, cos 60. Cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, it becomes equal to 80 kg. Okay. And C is equal to 80 kg. Okay. Then the force corresponding to 40 kg, 40 root 3 kg and 80 kg are acting at the point O such that the system is said to be in equilibrium. Okay. This problem is solved by using Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem, that is F1 by, okay, Lami's theorem says that F1 by sin alpha is equal to F2 by sin beta equal to F3 divided by sin delta. I think these questions are clear for you. If you like this video, please subscribe and enable the bell button. Thank you.